It's all covered in today's China Truths.
Imagine a single building so massive that it crams more people inside than many small towns. Hard to believe, right? Yet it's true. Welcome to Regent International in Hangzhou, China, the largest residential building on Earth. This skyscraper rises 204 meters with its 39 floors. But instead of a futuristic dream, it has become a vertical maze where more than 20,000 residents struggle with the problems of overcrowding, safety concerns, and failing infrastructure. At its peak, 20,000 people lived here. Now, only around 8,000. Once packed with streaming stars, it was considered the holy land for Hangzhou drifters. The building's economic output was said to rival that of an entire county, but it came crashing down under public scandal. 1 in 10 Hangzhou residents is said to have lived here. Were you one of them? But Regent International isn't your typical apartment block. Step inside and you'll hear stories of endless elevator breakdowns that trap residents for hours, fire alarms that too often turn out to be false, or worse, ignored, and cramped schools where children study without ever breathing fresh air. Supermarkets and gyms look like a convenience, yet many shops have shut down over the years, leaving half-empty spaces. Restaurants, coffee shops, and salons operate under the constant pressure of unstable utilities and overcrowded facilities. For many, this isn't just a home. It feels more like being packed into a concrete box with limited escape routes. Originally designed by architect Alicia Liu to redefine urban living, Regent International now raises serious questions about livability and safety. Apartments may rent from as little as $260 a month, but tenants often pay the price in stress and daily inconvenience. Now let's go beyond the grand entrance, which has lost much of its shine, and look inside one of its so-called unique living spaces. The lobby was once a symbol of elegance and modern design, but peeling finishes and overuse have dulled its glamour. Upstairs, the apartment boasts a 5-meter-high ceiling in the Hangzhou Olympic Sports Center area, with windows overlooking the Qiantang River. But residents complain that noise from traffic and poor insulation often ruin the view. The massive living room looks open, yet cracks in the walls and inconsistent maintenance have been reported by past tenants. The layout includes 3 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, and 2 bathrooms. But plumbing failures and power outages frequently interrupt daily life. The kitchen is open style with an island, but many find it impractical as constant humidity in the building creates mold problems. Even the children's room on the first floor, spacious in design, has raised safety concerns over ventilation and thin walls that fail to block noise. The so-called showpiece balcony, a 40-square-meter outdoor space, often becomes unusable due to air pollution and the relentless noise of traffic and construction. What should be a cozy tea room with panoramic views is, in reality, exposed to smog and dust. And while the subway entrance downstairs sounds convenient, the constant flow of people has made security a growing problem, with reports of theft and trespassing. Climb to the second floor and the issues continue. Additional rooms and leisure areas feel less like a retreat and more like spaces that need constant repair. The master bedroom, marketed as a highlight, often faces problems with leaky windows during Hangzhou's heavy rains. Even the ensuite bathroom, with its bathtub and separated wet-dry zones, has been criticized for poor drainage. The grand view of the Qiantang River and city skyline is frequently obstructed by smog, a reminder of Hangzhou's worsening air quality. This isn't the sanctuary in the sky that brochures promised. Soundproofing is inconsistent, leaving residents to deal with noise from neighbors, machinery, and the endless hum of life in a megastructure. What was once advertised as the future of urban living has revealed itself as an experiment full of flaws, where daily frustrations outweigh the convenience. Step inside and you'll quickly notice that even the bathroom, though designed to look modern, hasn't aged well. Cracks in the tiles, leaking faucets, and frequent drainage problems make it far from the luxury hotel image once advertised. The so-called smart dry and wet separation often fails in practice, with water seeping into the vanity area. Couples or families may find it more frustrating than practical, as morning routines turn chaotic during power cuts or plumbing issues. The finishes, once sleek and modern, now show wear and tear, proving that maintenance has been a constant problem. Now let's head into the bedroom. At first glance, it flows onto a private balcony, but residents often complain that sliding doors don't seal properly, letting in dust, noise, and humidity. Imagine waking up to the Chentang River view, only to find it obscured by smog or ongoing construction. The bed space is large but hardly inviting when thin walls fail to block the sounds of neighbors or machinery. And that balcony? Instead of a peaceful retreat, it's often too noisy for tea tables or lounge chairs, and pollution makes the idea of a mini garden almost impossible. In the evenings, where the famous light show of Chengjiang New City may sparkle across the skyline, but just as often it's hidden behind haze. And here's the reality. You don't just get one cozy corner in your apartment, you also inherit the problems of the entire neighborhood. Tea houses, cafes, and lifestyle spots sound appealing, but many businesses have come and gone due to high rents and unstable management. What remains can be overcrowded, overpriced, and sometimes unsafe. Residents have shared stories of theft, petty crime, and even disputes over noise spilling out late at night. Now let's step back outside for a moment. We're standing at the base of Regent International Apartments in the heart of Chengjiang Century City, Hangzhou's new central business district. From the outside, the tower looks iconic, but the glass facade, though shimmering under the sunlight, has suffered from poor upkeep, with panels once reported loose during strong winds. At 204 meters tall with 39 floors, it looms over the district, but rather than a symbol of success, many now see it as a cautionary tale of overambitious development. Surrounding it, you'll indeed find restaurants, shopping centers, gyms, and cultural venues, but convenience doesn't erase the chaos. The supermarket downstairs is notorious for overcrowding, with long lines during peak hours. The nearby cinema has faced complaints about safety standards, and even the Riverside Promenade, though a short walk away, becomes uncomfortably packed with tourists. Life here may be convenient on paper, but in practice it often feels exhausting and stressful. What makes Regent International even more controversial is its reputation. With over 20,000 residents, it holds the title of the world's largest residential building, yet its sheer size has fueled countless problems. Elevator breakdowns, fire safety concerns, and disputes between residents and management. Privacy and security are not guaranteed. Reports of break-ins and conflicts between neighbors have made headlines. Instead of being a futuristic vertical city, many describe it as a vertical slum in the making. So if you've been following this tour so far, stay tuned, because there's still more to uncover. From poorly maintained layouts to hidden controversies in the neighborhood, Regent International reveals not just the future of urban living, but also its deepest flaws. Overcrowding, safety hazards, and neglected facilities are part of everyday life here. So, what do you think? Would you want to live in the world's largest vertical city? Or is this mega building more of a warning than a dream? Over 25 million Chinese have defaulted on loans, relying on online lending to survive. Since the pandemic, China's economy has been in a slump, with unemployment among young and middle-aged people soaring. Many people are resorting to borrowing to survive, to pay off mortgages, and to maintain daily consumption. According to statistics, an estimated 25 to 34 million people in China will default on their personal loans in 2024 alone. Against this backdrop, online lending has become a hot industry, but high interest rates are trapping more and more Chinese people in debt. Due to the low barriers to entry and fast loan approvals offered by online lending platforms in China, coupled with overwhelming advertising and the lack of a social credit system, more and more people are living on borrowing to pay off their debts. This is especially true for those who have long been unable to find work, for whom online lending has become almost their sole means of survival. According to estimates by the think tank Gavekal Dragonomics, the number of people in China who will default on their personal loans in 2024 alone will reach 25 to 34 million. This figure has doubled compared to 5 years ago. If loans that are overdue but not yet in default are included, the number of at-risk borrowers will reach 61 to 83 million, equivalent to 5 to 7% of the population over 15 years old. Online lending in China, a debt trap. China's online lending platforms fall into 3 tiers. Big names like Alibaba's Huabei and JD.com's Baitiao credit card alternatives with stricter checks, mid-sized players like Pai, and countless small loan apps offering high-interest credit. To lure users, smaller platforms promote themselves as low-risk, short-term, easy money. Loans are fast but lock borrowers into installments to maximize interest. The catch? Interest rates soar. Borrow 10,000 RMB from Alibaba or JD.com, repay about 11,000. Borrow from a small platform, and repayment can hit 13,000 RMB. Caixin data also reported on a case of loan sharking in April this year. According to the report, Professor Zhang Shufang of the Economics Department at Shandong University applied for a loan on JD Finance's Gold Bar lending platform, but mistakenly clicked on Pai Reserve Fund, which offered an annualized interest rate of 24%. The platform then lent him 108,000 RMB. After realizing his mistake, Mr. Zhang immediately settled the loan, but the platform demanded that he pay an additional 3,140 RMB in interest and fees on top of the full principal. This equates to a daily interest rate of 3% or an annualized interest rate of 180%. Many Chinese people are deeply in debt when borrowers are unable to repay. A BBC Chinese report notes that China's credit monitoring for small and medium loans is weak. Defaulting rarely qualifies as lai, meaning borrowers face few restrictions unless buying a house or car. Online platforms often sell unpaid loans as non-performing assets to third-party collectors, who may use aggressive tactics. By 2024, 65% of household debt came from mortgages, mostly issued by cautious, state-owned banks trying to avoid social unrest. In contrast, online lenders' harsh collection methods have sparked frustration. According to The Economist, state-owned banks and tech platforms like Alipay and WeBank are the main drivers of China's mounting personal debt.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We will keep reporting on the COVID surge in China, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to get the latest videos. And thank you for tuning in.